Module 6, Everyday Communication Skills in French. From classroom knowledge to real-world confidence. This module is the bridge between what you have studied and what you will actually say. The title says it clearly. Everyday Communication Skills in French. You are moving out of theory and into practice. Grammar rules and vocabulary lists only matter if you can use them when you wake up, when you order coffee, when you are lost, or when you need to buy something. That is why this module exists. The subtitle tells you the goal. From classroom knowledge to real-world confidence. You already know how to conjugate verbs. You know how to make adjectives agree. You can count. Now you apply those pieces under pressure, in real situations, with real people. The stakes are simple but important. Can you ask for the time and understand the answer? Can you walk into a cafe and order without pointing? Can you ask where the bank is and follow the directions you get? Can you buy a shirt and pay for it without confusion? These are not advanced skills. They are basic survival skills in any French-speaking place. The line at the bottom is not decoration. La communication est lo ciel. Communication is the key. It reminds you that perfect grammar means nothing if you cannot connect. This module trains connection. By the end, you will not just know French. You will use it. Module contents. What you will learn. This is your roadmap for Module 6. It lists the 5 practical skill areas you will master. Each one represents a situation you will face in daily life in any French-speaking environment. First is talking about daily routines. You will learn to describe your day from the moment you wake up to when you go to sleep using reflexive verbs like esi revelia, es habila, and esi culture. This lets you talk about yourself and ask others about their habits. Second is telling time. You will learn to ask quelle heure est il and to answer with ILS plus the hour and minutes, including key expressions for quarter hours and the MPM markers du matin, the l'après-midi, and du soir. Third is ordering food and drinks. This covers the polite forms you actually need in a cafe or restaurant. You will use je voudrais instead of je va, say s'il vous plaît, know to ask for un carafe d'eau, and learn how to ask for l'addition. Fourth is asking for directions. You will start interactions with excuses moi and bonjour, ask or est or comment hola or, and understand responses with tout droit, tournes à gauche, and prepositions of place. Fifth is shopping vocabulary and dialogues. You will learn words for common items, terms like ensold, cher, pas cher, lotoya, and lo poincho, and practice full dialogues from entering the store to pay. The final point is conclusion. That is where we tie it all together and measure what you can now do. These 5 topics move you from isolated grammar to real conversations. Master them and you can handle the basics of a day in French. In daily routines, reflexive verbs. Les verbes pronominox. To talk about your daily routine in French, you need reflexive verbs. These are called les verbes pronominox. You use them for actions you do to yourself. Waking up, getting dressed, brushing your teeth, going to bed. The action reflects back on the subject. That is why they are called reflexive. The key is the reflexive pronoun pattern that attaches to each subject. For J it is me, for tu it is te, for il or elle it is esi, for news it is news, for vous it is vous, and for ils or else it is esi. The pattern looks like this. J me, tu te, Illinois esi, LSC, news news, vous, ILSSC, LSC. The verb then conjugates normally after the pronoun. A clear example is esi revelia, which means to wake up. Jimmy reveille or 7h means I wake up at 7 a.m. 2t reveilles or 7h. ILSE reveille or 7h. News revelons or 7h. You see the pronoun changes but the verb ending still follows the normal arose. There is one important sound rule. The reflexive pronouns me, t, and se cannot sit before a vowel sound. French avoids the clash. They shorten to m, t, and s. This gives you forms like JEM habil for I get dressed instead of JEMI habil. 2T habils. ILS habil. The same rule applies to other routine verbs. JEMI lev means I get up. JEMI bros less dense means I brush my teeth. JEMI kush means I go to bed. To describe your whole morning you chain them. Lumaten, JEMI reveille or 7H, JEMI lev, JEMI lev, JEM habil, ETJ prince le petit déjeuner. Daily routines. Telling time, basics. Asking and answering. To function in French, you need to ask for and tell the time. It starts with the right question. The standard way is quelle heure est-il? That literally means what hour is it, and it is what you will hear most often. If you want to be polite, especially to a stranger, you can say avez-vous l'heure? That means do you have the time, and it is a softer way to ask. Once someone asks you, or when you need to state the time, the basic structure is fixed. You start with il est, then you add the number, then or as. Il est una means it is 1 o'clock. Il est deux means it is 2 o'clock. Il est trois means it is 3 o'clock. The pattern holds for all hours from 1 to 12. There is one key grammar detail you cannot ignore. The word is feminine. That is why you say honor for 1 o'clock, not honor. The number 1 agrees with the feminine noun. After 1, you use us in the plural. Do us, think us, ons us. Midnight and noon are special cases. For midnight you say il est minuit. For noon you say il est midi. You do not say il est deux heures for either. If you want to be clear about AM or PM, you will add du matin, the l'après-midi, or du soir, but those details come next. For now, lock in the base structure. Question with quelle heure est-il? Answer with ILS plus the number plus or as. Remember honor because I is feminine. With that, you can handle every full hour of the day. Il est huit us. Il est dix us. Il est minuit. Now you are on time. Telling time, basics. Ordering food, polite request. The rules of the cafe. Ordering food and drinks in French is not just about vocabulary. It is about politeness. The golden rule is simple. Use je voudrais, not je veux. Je voudrais means I would like. Je veux means I want. Je veux sounds blunt and demanding to French speakers, especially to service staff. Je voudrais signals respect, and it is the standard in every cafe and restaurant. Start every order with it. Je voudrais un café. Je voudrais un sandwich au fromage. Je voudrais l'addition. The next rule is how you say please. French marks formality. With strangers, waiters, and anyone older than you, use s'il vous plate. With friends, family, and children, use SILT plate. In a restaurant it is always s'il vous plate. Je voudrais un croissant, s'il vous plate. There are 2 etiquette tips that save money and confusion. First, always start with bonjour. You do not walk up to a counter and order. You greet the person. Bonjour, je voudrais un café, s'il vous plate. No bonjour feels rude. Say it even if you are in a hurry. Second, know how to ask for water. If you say the low, you may get bottled water that you have to pay for. If you want free tap water, the phrase is en carafe d'eau. En carafe d'eau, s'il vous plate gets you a pitcher at no charge. This is standard in France. When you finish, you do not wait for the check. You ask for it. L'addition, s'il vous plate. And when you leave, you say merci, au revoir. Put the rules together. Bonjour, je voudrais, s'il vous plate, en carafe d'eau, l'addition, merci. That sequence keeps you polite, clear, and in control. The food tastes better when you order it right. asking for directions. Questions and responses. Start with excuses more. Bonjour to be polite. Ask où est la banque for where is the bank or comment hola helico for how to get to school. Listen for Alestar droid for go straight, tourner à gauche for turn left, tourner or droid for turn right, and prepositions like a côté de for next to, and face de for across from, derrière for behind. A full exchange is excuses more. Est le marqué and the answer might be Alestar droid, pousse tourner à gauche, c'est à côté de la banque. If you miss it, say pardon. Pouvez-vous répéter plus lentement, s'il vous plaît? Be polite, ask clearly, know the basic directions and place words, and you won't get lost. Asking for shopping. Vocabulary and dialogue. For shopping you need keywords and phrases. Common items are on chemise for a shirt, on pantalon for pants, the chaussures for shoes. For price, ask combien c'est coûte for how much does it cost. And sold means on sale. Cher means expensive, pas cher means cheap. For clothes, la taille is clothing size. For shoes, la pointure is shoe size. J church means I am looking for. J voudrais essayer means I would like to try it on. J le prends means I take it. A basic dialogue goes like this. You enter and say bonjour, J church on chemise, s'il vous plaît. The clerk asks quelle taille and you answer la taille M. You ask pousse J LSA and then decide J le prends. You ask combien c'est coûte, they tell you say 20 euros, and you pay. End with merci, au revoir. Always start with bonjour and stay polite. With these words and this flow, you can walk into a store, find what you need, try it, ask the price, and buy it. Shop. Conclusion. What you can now do. You have moved from theory to practice. You can now talk about your daily routine using reflexive verbs like esi revelia and es habila. You can tell time with il est, using et quart, et demain, moins le quart, and du matin, de l'après-midi, du soir. You can order food politely with je voudrais, s'il vous plaît, on carafe d'eau, and ask for addition. You can ask for directions starting with excuses more, bonjour, using au est or comment hola or, and understand Alestar droit, tourner à gauche, or côté de. You can shop using combien c'est coûte, la taille, la pointure, J church, J le prends, and handle a full store dialogue. These are real conversations for real situations. You are no longer just studying French. You are using it. Keep practicing these 5 areas and you will handle daily life in any French-speaking place with confidence.